what you do. You buy these players that cost me and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on, with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without the truth. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first two episodes, the second season.
We are on the site of the castle,
and it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
Good evening, all my fellow Red Men. Tomorrow night's the big night for us. Champions League. Can we get into the quarterfinals by overcoming PSG? We'll allow Dino telling us all that we're going to do. That's what we'll be doing. We want your particular comments too. Who's your team going to be? And we all know about Gakpo being out, unfortunately. How long is he going to be out for? That is the question. Anyway, I just want to give a word for my sponsors. And they are Gap Painting Services. Please, please, please don't struggle getting your place done. Get these lads in, inside or out, by the way. It's not just the inside, it's the outside too. Just get them in. Fully time served lads, fully insured, everything. First class job. They do a first class job. If you're an elderly, get these lads in, you get a special discount. Honestly, you get a special discount. It's not only that, I was reading that two con men went to this particular old lady's doing the outside, the windowsills, and charged the old girl a lot of money. Get these and tell the old lady not to be doing any of this again. Anyway, just get them in, a first class. And they're also not just domestic, they're also outside, commercial as well. If you own a little paint, get them in. They're brilliant. And they are the sponsors of the Frank Carlyle Show, Gap Painting Services. And just a mention to very good friends of mine, Mike and Michelle Dean, at Scarf or a Badge. These people, small business, they're absolutely brilliant. Quality stuff. And the first class, and they look after you. They're really, really nice. Okay, so get them in. Get these people in. And you can't go wrong. Not get them in, we'll go and see them 2 hours before the kick-off they open. At home, when they're always at home. So go in and see what Mike and Michelle have to offer. Top quality stuff. Everything they sell. Everything. And there's me. Look, hello. I just want to talk before I bring on Dino. I just want to see what the boys, Edward, the boys are back, he said. Frank's mate, Darryl. Early stream, Franco. Yeah, it is an early stream. I've got to start from 7 o'clock now. There's certain things. Callum, the greatest copite on the planet. Can we make our own Joel Mattock fan club? I just mentioned, Darryl, you know, about Gapco being out, and, which is sad. Allison, Krent, Canate, Virgil, Robertson, Gravenberch, McAllister, Saboz, Jones, Diaz, Salah, all being sold according to Darryl. Ali Danouche, good evening, Ali. This lad is from Romania. Lovely lad. Proper red he is. Darryl says 2-2. Will you stop it, Darryl? You're giving out the bloody team predictions and we haven't even said it. We haven't even talked to the great man himself, George and Dino. Believe it. The Anfield Road, where were you last night, Anfield Road, eh? Was you in a little corner in a pub? Good evening, Frankie, and look at all those. Up the Reds. Snapey. Evening up. Be the whiz kids. Evening, Frank and chat. Hope you're well. Yes. I'm very well. I'm happy. I've got these two fine fellows on with me to keep me company and you company and see what they say. And Callum says, Alison, stop it. What are they like? That's unbelievable. I'm going to bring on the legend that Shankly signed. Shankly. You can't get any better than the Shanks, can you? And there he is, George. Hey, George.
Hiya, Frank. You know, how you doing?
He's going to say Shankly then, wasn't he?
Hiya, Shanks. All thanks to Shanks. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you. And
are you coming? When are you coming down, George?
Thursday.
When are you
coming over Thursday.
That's it.
Thursday this week. Yeah, about lunchtime, Frank.
Excellent stuff. Excellent.
Yeah, I'll be in town on Thursday. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. That'll do me.
Yeah, I look forward to have a chat with you. Yeah, brilliant.
Excellent stuff.
Oh, good at the moment.
Barry Aldridge just joined us. Even if Frank, you can't get the staff. No, I can't get the staff. I'm going to bring on this fella here. Dino, what a man this fella knows everything about everything. He was even telling me about the moon, and the thing that goes across it and everything, taking photographs of Mars. And now he's talking about one of the great moons of Jupiter, and that's Titan. And he reckons Elon Musk will be up there by next week with his SpaceX. And there he is, Tino.
You all right?
All right.
He's all right.
Good to see you, yeah. How you doing? All right?
I'm all right, mate, yeah, sound.
Good man.
Do you know what, Tino? Do you know who you remind me of, mate? Someone might have told you before. You look like a Lalana.
I get that all the time, mate, to be fair.
Adam Lallana. There he is, sitting there facing. I'm going to tell everyone it was Adam Lallana.
I put a picture on Facebook about a week ago of me when I was 16, I think I was, maybe 17. And they all kept saying I looked like Cole Palmer. Didn't know whether that was a compliment or not. Just hope I played like him.
Well, we can say that you were signed by Shanks and I was signed by Brendan Rodgers.
I always thought you look a bit like Szoboszlai, actually, but my eyes are bad.
I'll take that, mate.
Take that all day. Because they're calling him, Dominic's Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah.
So, you can't be bad.
He misses a bit like Dom, like.
And I think he's an unbelievable player.
Yeah, he's the engine room, isn't he? Brilliant.
He is the engine room. Hey, George, like to you know, tomorrow night it's going to be tough. There's no question about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And they'll be up for it.
yeah.
I'm talking about PSG, but also the crowd. So, what's your take on us going there tomorrow?
Yeah, well, you know, they're doing well in their league, obviously, but so are we. You know, we're not doing too bad, are we? So, you know, they're a good side, a good history, a good team, and playing at home, big crowd, as you say, they'll be up for it. But Liverpool are used to that. They're used to the big crowds. They're used to the atmospheres in every stadium they've played at. So it's not going to phase them. It won't phase our boys at all, you know. So,
Yeah,
you know, I think we'll do well. I'm not saying we're going to come away with a 2-3-0 win. That would be fantastic. But if we can get a 0-0 or a 1-0 win or a 1-1 or something, I'll be over the moon. Because I think they're coming
absolutely.
back to Anfield, and like every other club that comes to Anfield, will frighten them to death.
Yes.
I think at the
Yeah.
end of the day that Liverpool are very, very hot favourites to win any game at Anfield. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the game, Frank. I think it'll be a hot game. Some great players on that pitch tomorrow night. You know, we'll have to watch this Dembele. He's a bit special. So there's a
Yeah.
players
Yeah.
they've got as well, but they'll have to look
Yeah,
after
but
their
we've
boys
got
as well.
special players too, you know,
Yeah,
George.
we've got Salah. We've got Salah,
Yeah, we've got both the best players
Bosley,
in the world.
Callister, Gravenberch, lots
Yes.
of others.
Yes. And I think they'll be up for it. I think they're all geared up for this. I think
Absolutely.
Sleep will have them geared up. And what about you, Dino? You know, tomorrow night, we know that Gakpo's not there for the start. We know that. But the team, do you think that they're up for it? Like I've just said, I think so, in my opinion.
Yeah, the bound to be up for it, aren't they? I mean, you know, it's what every player aspires to play in, isn't it? You know, the Champions League, the later stages and that. I think it's going to be really tough. I mean, we can't be under any, you know, under any illusions really. Like, I mean, PSG started the season quite slow, and they seem to have found their identity and all that now. They sort of shifted away from trying to like be a bit like Man City and buying every world class player, and instead they've started to mould a team with an identity that they can relate to. So it's going to be really tough. But like George says, I mean, if we can at least stay in the tie and take them back to Anfield, then you know I'm confident that the Reds will do the business and get through.
Yeah, we don't want another Barcelona, do we?
No. We've had a nice rest as well, haven't we? Had a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, well,
a bit of a break, which is good.
Yes.
They don't normally get that usually this time of the year, so that's good. And I've seen Gakpo's actually on the plane. He's gone there, I don't know.
Oh, has he gone? Yeah.
Yeah,
he's travelled.
He's travelled with the team, so I mean, who knows?
I know. Yeah.
Wasn't training, but he has travelled with the team, so maybe he was just late.
Yeah,
I'll just see what the lads are saying, the girls here. And Darryl says, Dino sounds like Stevie G. Can't be Darryl.
Okay, if he played like him.
Of what you said before, George, Dorothy agrees with you. I can see a resemblance there, George. Snappy. I look like a coalface, let alone Palmer. Suitable aesthetics too. Hide behind a keyboard. Well, even Darryl says the French league is Farmers League. It's a Farmers League.
I wouldn't go as low as that, Darryl.
And IBR says, even in Franco, Jorginho and Zinho.
Hi, IBR. Good evening.
I think, Peter, great lad, Peter. I think Liverpool beat PSG. We'll probably win the Champions League. PSG are so impressive against. PSG was so impressive against Manchester City. That's what he says.
Yeah.
I was listening to David Lynch today, and he said, I hope Liverpool play a 4-4-2. And I go along with that, because he gave the example of when we played Manchester City, and we destroyed Manchester City that day.
Yeah, we're very
We
controlled.
really destroyed. It should have been a lot more. And I agreed with him. I totally agreed with him. And Callum says their wingers against Robbo and Trent could be ugly if Canate and Virgil aren't on. If you know what I mean, that's what he's saying. They haven't been wrong. Can I just say I'm getting pissed off with the disrespect not given to our league type? Yes. Media outlets trying to say Liverpool only doing well because others haven't challenged them.
That's a load of cobblers. Absolute load of rubbish.
It's shocking, George. I've been listening to all
I
this.
have. Yeah, it's a nonsense. Nonsense.
What about you, Dino? Are you getting pissed off with it as well?
I don't care, mate. I don't
No.
care. If we win the league for the next 10 years on the run, and people say it's the same story because City, Arsenal and United haven't been good enough, I don't care. As long as Liverpool win the league, mate, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I say it's Liverpool's that'll go down in the annals of glory and history, so, you know.
Yeah, absolutely right, Dean. 100%.
No, you're so right.
What I will say, though, is that, you know, they're going on about Arsenal, like us being out of sight of Arsenal is like some new thing. I mean, we were 9 points clear of Arsenal before they lost the front three. So that's a load of nonsense, really.
Yeah. We've had our injuries as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course we have. Of course we are. And to say that we're lucky, you know, to win we've been lucky to win every European Cup. Every European Cup we've been lucky. How is that?
You always
You're
need
not
it, don't you?
It's got nothing to do with luck. Got nothing to do with luck, Frank, has it? It's to do with the fact that we're the best team in the league and have been since day one.
Yeah.
You know, so it's as simple as that. You know, you can't take anything away from us.
One defeat.
I came home from Paris when we beat Real Madrid 1-0 when Barney Rubble scored. And when I got home, you know, I couldn't believe what people were saying. Real Madrid was, you know, what was they saying? An has-been team. I said, they got to the final of the European Cup. What's the matter? I said, they had to beat great teams on the way.
Yeah.
How could they be falling apart and has-beens? And this is what we've been getting all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. You're right, especially with the London media.
You've just nailed it, George. It's a London-based media, isn't it? And, you know, they've obviously their agenda against Liverpool because obviously they want the clubs like Arsenal and Chelsea to be dominating and Man United. You know what I mean? So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Let them say what they want.
It's not as if these teams haven't spent money, Dean, is it? You know, they've all spent a fortune that is chasing after us, you know. And we, as we know, we spent nothing.
Yeah. Proving the point that to be successful.
But Peter May agrees with you there, you know that.
Yeah.
And young Callum says, it's cause the ones what make the league City out there. That's right. He's right there.
But the thing is
sorry, Dean, go on.
When Man City getting 100 points, so they winning the league by 20 points. No one says like, oh, Liverpool have been, you know, it's been unlucky for Liverpool that they've had injuries or whatever. You know, it's always been, oh, Man City have been great. Do you know what I mean? But now it's all based, and now they're leveling at us that we're lucky, that we're the fortunate ones. One defeat in the league all season, so you're not lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think every team has periods when they go down. I mean, we've had our periods, and Man City are having their period at the moment. The team are getting a bit old together, you know, and people like Grealish are not been performing. And a lot of the players like De Bruyne have come to the end of the road almost, and they haven't replaced them with the same quality. So that's why they're struggling, you know. So, you know, we've got the best team, and that's at the moment, that's the way we are.
And also, though, you could say that the league now is probably at the strongest it's ever been when you've got the likes of Bournemouth that can beat Man City and stuff. And
absolutely right. Yeah, right across the league. There's no easy games, is there? Crystal Palace, Brighton, Brentford, You know, even Everton are coming back a bit now, you know, and hard to beat. So it's not an easy league.
Why did you mention them?
Well, I got it in reference to my youngest son. I'm a father as well as a Liverpool supporter, sadly.
I know, I'm joking. I'll just see what some of the lads are saying, and girls, if there's any there. I'm feeling on PSG. What we can't afford to do is what others have done versus them in Europe, is to let them counter quickly. There is no doubt it will be difficult, but we have no doubt this is no Messi or Barcelona. Absolutely, that's a cracker. That. And blimey, they go so quick, these things. Peter May. No side is lucky to win the league. You can't be lucky over 38 games. It's a marathon, not a sprint. George is right. And Edward says a lot of it's coming from the bitter Arsenal. Again, you're right. And Neil says, beat Roma on their own ground. Yes, we did. And Snapey, Arsenal and the chasing pack haven't had our consistency. Sorry, it's that cut and dried. Our detractors are just sour grapes. They can spew their narrative as much as they like. The table.
Yeah, we've rose to the occasion. We've rose to the occasion when we've had to. How many people were saying we got 5 games and we're in trouble? You know, big game against Man City, big game against this team, that team. Yeah, and even look at the refereeing decisions we've had against us as well. Look at Everton. Yeah. Look at that's terrible decisions. No wonder Slot got. See what he said. I seen today. It quotes what he said. I agree with every word. What he said to the Oliver. No wonder. I mean, it was a shocking decision that game.
Well, you only have to look at the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
When he was dragged, when Mo was dragged down in the area, and he gave a foul the other way.
Mate, I see that from my seat in the Cup, and I'm on row 5 in the Cup, and really low down, and you can't really see much at the Annie Road end when we're shooting that end. But you could see it was crystal clear that he pulled Mo down.
Oh yeah.
Only one here in the ground was the referee. But why argue involved? It's so clear and obvious, and that's what VAR was meant to be for.
Well, I didn't
go to VAR. I should have went to VAR at least.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Why hasn't VAR got a grip of this? Now the point is that I'm making, whatever you were thinking, I sat back and I was in the first 7 minutes, something like that. It was very early on when he was dragged down, and I just, when he gave the free kick the other way, I went, this is not going to be one of these nights, is it?
No.
Where at the end we're all moaning about bad decisions and bad refereeing, but it turns out well for us. That's all that I was worried about.
Yeah.
PSG are a young side, says IBR, and have a lot of pace outside, but we are stronger in midfield, and and he's spot on there. He's absolutely spot on. I think that's a cracker.
Frank.
And we will probably finish with more points than Arsenal's invincible, says Neil Brother. And Callum says, Bruges 1, Villa in our side of the... See, he's coming out with... He's coming... They're playing tonight. Are they playing tonight?
Yeah.
Callum, stop it. Please don't put any scores up.
I'll tell you what, Frank, Virgil van Dijk was talking really positively about this game yesterday. Seen him interview, he said, we are all up for this game. We're up to prove we're the best in Europe. It was really great to hear him talk. I don't know if you saw that interview, but it was brilliant. Captain standing up talking about the game. That was great.
Absolutely. And big up Frank and panel, says Daz Reynolds. Hiya, Daz. Hope you're well. Hope you're well.
Hi, Daz. I know you, Daz. Been on your show.
And Barry Aldridge. Tough game tomorrow, fellas. But as all the rivals say, we haven't played anyone yet. That'll be the shame. We ain't played anyone yet. You know, but I'll tell you, I was listening to Mark Goldridge as well. And he fancies Liverpool to win the lot.
He's quite fair, isn't he? He's quite fair.
He's very well balanced.
He is, for a Man United.
Said, I don't want them to win it. He said, but they're going to win it. That's what he said. You know, give him his chin. Our Francine's coming on the pod tomorrow night. You know, zooming in like you lot after the game, post-match.
Great.
She has a lot to say.
Yeah, she's great, though, isn't she?
You might see her on Thursday because she's coming down Thursday.
All right, it'd be great, that, yeah. Be great. Lovely. Love to see her. Love to see her.
And there says, beginning of the season, not one pundit gave Liverpool a top 4 finish. Now the narrative is it's Klopp's. Yeah, it's Klopp's.
It's embarrassing, that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I think it is embarrassing. And don't forget, you know, like Dino, like yourself, George, just go to match and these know the score. And the Anfield Roar, he knows the score as well. I'm not just picking on the lads. My brother Verge will be the first ever Dutch captain to lift our title. Yeah, I know about that.
You have to say, like, I mean, we've got to keep a perspective. We haven't won it yet, by the way.
Yeah, but it's going to take a miracle. Yeah, it's going to take a miracle. So listen, lads, the midfield. I love our midfield. And I was only saying to Francine today, I said, our midfield is coming to its peak right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I think. What do you say, Dino, about our midfield? As I said today to my daughter, I think Liverpool's midfield is hitting its peak as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. The midfield's the engine room. It's where everything begins and it's where everything ends for Liverpool. If the midfield's not on its game, then we make things difficult for ourselves. And I think the midfield tomorrow is going to be vital, like really vital. It's Szoboszlai's going to have to do some miles again, like he did against Man City, because they're a fast, young, frenetic, energetic team that like to play quick counter-attacking football.
Yeah. What about you, George?
Well, Szoboszlai, for me, Szoboszlai is the best midfield player in the league at the moment over the last couple of months. You know, he really has come on. McAllister, World Cup winner. What can you say? And then you've got Gavin Birch, probably the most improved midfield player in the league. So you've got 3 diamonds in there. 3 diamonds, you know, and everybody must be sort of looking at us and thinking, you know, how lucky we are to have these boys in midfield. And you've got Curtis there as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I was going to say, George, you know, carry on with what you're saying.
Any 3 from 4 there are fantastic, you know. So,
well, if we play 4-4-2, I think he'll bring Curtis in to play alongside Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch.
Yeah, it could be a good call, that, Frank. Could be a good call, yeah.
What about you, Gino, if we play 4-4-2?
I don't think it'll be 4-4-2. I think it'll be 4-2-4, like at City, where you'll have Curtis and Dom playing further forward. Supporting Mo and most likely Diaz now with Gakpo being
Diaz,
yeah, I can see that. And I think it'll be like similar tactics to the Man City game as well.
Okay. Snapey says, as much as every game we play matters to us collectively, European football takes it on a wider significance for our continental managers and players. Our reputation in Europe is stellar. The Dutch too. Barry, as we get to the business of end of season, I'm getting a bit nervous, I must admit, but I'm also really excited too with the thought of winning the league and the Champions League. I'd love us to win I'd love us to do that. I would. We look good when we haven't got the ball and frightening when we have it. That's a cracker, says Neil Brother. I can see PSG target Trent with Carabasquela and Nunes easily getting past them. Carabasquela, I wanted him badly. I would have loved him on our side. But, you know, what do you think of that, Dino? Carabasquela and, you know, up against Trent. No, he won't be up against Trent because he's a right winger.
No, he plays on the left, doesn't he?
Does he play on the left?
Did for Napoli. I mean, I don't really know much about PSG.
Well, okay.
But he played on the left against Trent for Napoli. And I mean, they probably played each other about 3 or 4 times. And I think Trent done as well against them as what can be done, really, to be honest. There was a couple of games where Trent probably got the better of him, and a couple of games where Kvaratskhelia got the better of Trent. So it's an intriguing battle. I think so
it evens out according to you. You know,
I think I'm not one of these that think Trent's a terrible defender. I think any defender who's isolated 1v1 is going to be beaten 50% of the time. That's just natural. Especially in today's game, when you're playing with players with pace and the ability that they possess. So I've no issues with Trent. I never really have. I've never really bought onto that saying that he's a poor defender. I think that's just a lazy analysis, to be honest with you.
Well, it was a classic, wasn't it, against Manchester City? I mean, Doku was giving him a bit of a run, and nothing came of it. Nothing came of it because Liverpool dealt with it. Liverpool dealt with it, you know.
Yeah. And that's how we deal with threats. That's how we've been dealing with threats.
Well,
and he's great going forward, so hopefully he can make some of these passes count up for the front man.
I think he agrees with what Dino said. He said the two Chens is a good shout, he says. The Red Bird just got in. Better late than never. Big up Frank, George and Dino.
Yeah, Red Bird, they've been working, eh?
Yeah, we're all workers. And Neil says Trent is risk and reward side is phenomenal numbers.
Yes.
That's a cracking comment.
Nailed it, yeah.
That is one hell of a comment.
That's what took me 5 minutes to say.
Yeah, how many goals he's made, the crosses, passes.
Incredible. Him and Mo, the way they play together is phenomenal. Yeah. If they just find each other, it reminds me of Toshak and Keegan that time when, you know, even someone said it's telepathy, you know, between the two of them, Toshak and
yeah, Mo's runs are brilliant. He finds them every time.
Yeah.
Virgil does as well with the long ball.
Yeah. Virgil's a brilliant long baller, isn't he?
Fabulous. Like a quarterback.
It's on the head, foot, chest, anywhere you want to put it, he puts it there.
Effortless.
Yeah. So listen, you know, we haven't gone through the defence at the moment. So, you know, like a little concern about the Trent, but I think Neil Broderick sums everything up there perfectly well. You know, don't be worrying. There's more positives than negatives with Trent at right back.
Yeah.
So go along with that. So what about, I've got to say it, what about the left back?
Well, I know you're
all right with our two wonderful centre halves, you know.
I know you're not too happy with Robbo at the moment, Frank. I know that, you know, and you're probably right. I mean, Robbo's not been at his best. Much as I admire him, always have done, always will. He's not been at his best. That my heart says I still prefer him to Tsimikas. That's just me. It's just my opinion, you know. So if I'd rather play Robbo than Tsimikas.
Oh yeah.
Gomez is not good.
I'm not taking anything away from that, to be honest. And I think he will, because I think Robertson will be there tonight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
night, I'm sorry. He will be there. But that's guaranteed, that, because what we have this sort of scenario where other people are saying, I'd rather have Tsimikas. You know, some were saying that he plays well against Newcastle. I was a bit dodgy about him, you know, to be honest.
I mean, he's a good player, Tsimikas. Nothing against him at all, and he's great when he plays. But I just feel that at the moment I would rather have Robbo on balance. I mean, maybe next year we need to get somebody like Kerkez or one of those sort of a decent class left back coming in for the start of the new season. But I think with 9, 10 games left, I think we go with what we've got. And for me, Robbo's probably edges it to start.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think we've got to go along with the experience as well.
Yeah.
He's more experienced than Tsimikas, to be honest. And the IBR, Szoboszlai is linking well with Mo, and he is. That's a great shout as well. Snapey says, those who criticise Trent's defensive deficiencies will give their right arms to help his offensive prowess in their teams. It's just hypocrisy.
Great.
Good show.
Crazy.
And Edward thinks he'll go, Robbo.
He possibly could, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
The unfair Trent, I'll put it like this: Tony Cruz, Luka Modric, Zidane are lauded in great midfielders. They are no doubt well. Trent, I can't believe it. Trent, I can't. Well, Trent has more assists than the lot of they are.
Yeah.
More assists.
Yeah, he's had hundreds of assists. Hundreds.
That's incredible.
He's still young as well, isn't he? Mid-20s.
When I'm at the match, I look at Verge, and sometimes he looks like he's playing against under sevens. Do you know what I said? You know about when we played Newcastle, it was lashing down, and I was looking at the Verge at the end of the game, and he was just strolling off, you know, and no raindrops fell on his head. It was just like the sweat, you know. It was unbelievable.
He strolls about like a bit of a lost, doesn't he? I love the way he controls the game, slows it down, you know.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. I'm going to go to you, Gino, on this. And it's what Anfield Ross says. I still believe Real Madrid are our biggest rivals in Europe. I'll be watching them tonight to see how they click. But Atletico will be no pushovers. I still feel there is plenty of obstacles to hop. Tino.
Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid seems to go to another level when they get to the latter stages of the European Cup. I think I'd much rather face them over 2 legs than play them in the final. I think because they've got that know-how and it's not just knowing what to do on the pitch. I think because they've been there that many times, they just take it as another game. They're more relaxed and all that when it comes to the final. So it's like it's just there's no pressure on them kind of things. Where I think with us, it's like we're excited because it's a final, and I think that's at the force of every player's mind. But with Real Madrid, it's just like water off a duck's back to them. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on with Atletico Madrid. I think they're starting to look like they're coming into their own a bit, and I think it would be a concern for me if we played them like.
Yeah, I'd rather play double header. You're right.
Yeah,
take them back to Anfield. Definitely. If they're still going to be probably the favourites at the moment, the way they took Man City apart, they look really good.
They've got to be.
They're coming on to the better game now, aren't they? Didn't do too well at the start of this competition, but they're picking up. They always do in the European Cup. The record speaks for itself. How many times they won it? 14 times, 50? I don't know how many. So they're the biggest rivals to us, I think.
Well, IBR says, I think Kirkers and Bradley are our full backs next season. Does anyone agree with that or disagree?
It could be right. Well, if Trent goes, it could be right. Yeah, it could be right. If Trent goes, Bradley's a ready-made deputy for me.
He's a ready-made deputy for me. Is he for you, Dino?
I'm still hopeful that Trent will stay.
So, Mike, I want him to stay.
The worry for me with Bradley is his injury record. He seems to pick up little niggles here and there, and that is a worry for me. So I think if Trent goes, we'd have to get someone in to back up Bradley.
Yeah, because there's nobody else behind them, is there?
Yeah, there's no one there at the minute. That's why Kwanzaa's been coming on and filling in like the last.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. I was just going to say, Kwanzaa's been coming on and filling in at right back. But it's very, we can depend on Kwanzaa, to be honest. And Barry says, the two Madrid's bit of a bruise at that tonight, he thinks. It's going to be honest. Snapey, the Germans press compare Virgil to Beckenbauer. Praise doesn't really get much higher than that. And it doesn't. That doesn't. The Kaiser, Beckenbauer.
What a player he was.
Incredible. When I look at the way Liverpool are and the way they're situated and the way we were talking there before about us being lucky, to outsiders. And as you said, Dino, don't give a toss about what anyone says. As long as we win the title, as long as we win any trophy, luck doesn't come into it. And as I think Barry Eldridge said, or IBR, luck doesn't come into it. You play 38 matches a season. And where's the luck in 38 matches? People go down.
No luck. We've had bad luck, I think.
Yeah.
We've had bad luck. There's Caribou Cup final as well, Frank. Caribou Cup final. I see Gordon's not going to be playing. That's good news for us as well, because he could be dangerous. Anthony Gordon, he's banned.
And IBR says Van der Sar is a decent right back and solid defender for Monaco. What do you think of that?
Never seen him.
Don't know. And this other kid in the German league, he's got a funny name. It's I don't know. I can't even pronounce his name. They're looking at that, but as someone said, and quite rightly said as well, that's another cheap option. That's an opportunistic. What?
But Andy Robertson cost 8 million, and I think people probably might have scoffed at him. And look at him, the way he goes down one of the greatest left backs in our history.
Yeah,
I think.
Right.
But
you can't. I'm not being funny, Dino, but you can't depend on that. Look at the fucking players we've had in the past.
No, you can't.
Look at Ben. Come on, look at Ben. Look at these other crap. Diouf, Salif Diao. I look at them.
At the time,
Robertson's a lucky player. I've always said that. I said that to George a while back. I said he's a very lucky player because he could have gone to another Premiership club. Don't get me wrong, but he came to us and look what he's won. Look what he's won, everything in club football.
Yeah, but he's won it by his performances, Frank, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing
Liverpool.
I'm not disputing the fact, George. I'm not. Arsenal could have gone in for him, and he would have gone there. That's all I'm saying. Could have gone to Manchester United and done nothing.
Yeah, he could have done it.
Nothing I'm talking about. That's why I said I compared him to Ringo Starr, if you remember.
When you look back, we got, how much did we pay for Mo?
40,
wasn't it? 40.
Yeah, look what he's done. It's not all about the fee; it's about the right player.
Of course it is. No one's disputing the fact.
Man United have bought some donkeys for 80 million. Look at the state they're in.
Yeah, you look at the two clubs and they're both polar opposites in how they've operated. You got Man United who spent like close to £1 billion for a pile of shite, and then you've got Liverpool who are more astute and diligent and do the work. And I know, like, don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near a fan of the owners, but the scouting department has been one of our strongest points. They more often than not have got it right.
Yeah, well, with the midfield three, definitely. With the midfield three, with Van Dijk, with the goalkeeper, the heart of our team, they've got it right. But in the last 6 months or so, okay, the checkbook has been kept in the pocket, which has frustrated a lot of people. I know it's frustrated a lot of fans, but I'm hoping. I've said this before. I'm hoping this summer, once we win the league, and we have a parade with 1 million people in the streets, and all the glory and all that, and if the boys sign another contract, then they need to start recruiting certain positions strongly in the summer.
It's got to be strong. That's the key word.
Yeah.
Strong.
I think they will. I think they will.
I hope so, George. Can't feel it all. I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah. Go on.
There's no way for the owners to add it. I said it the other week on the show. I said, it's getting to the point now where they've got no option but to strengthen.
Yeah. Definitely.
So if they don't, it's going to get to that point. There's a tipping point coming now where even the most ardent FSG supporters are starting to, just take a little bit of notice and think, hang on a minute, what, are their priorities right?
Well, I think Nunes will go, Dean. I think he'll go, Nunes, now. Body language is not brilliant, and I think it'd be great to bring Isak in, but it worries me with his injuries. That's the only thing. He's got the talent and the skill. He'd be great in a Liverpool shirt. But can we keep him fit? Is he another Jota?
And the thing is, like, they're talking about Isak for 150 million, and like 80 million of that's going to come off Nunes anyway. So,
not
really going to.
I don't think anyone is worth that money, to be honest.
No, not in a million years.
It's ridiculous. And that's when they put a price tag like that on a player. That's to keep him, if you know what I mean, because no one's going to come in with that kind of money. As you said, George, he's a bit of an injury-prone player too.
Yeah.
I agree with Tino and George on Real Madrid to knock them out. Is this the biggest achievement? To lay them down in a game that really matters would please me and our fans so badly. I can't stand them. Well, I don't think anyone can stand them, to be honest.
Well, look at the Ballon d'Or last year. They didn't even send anybody there because the man didn't win it.
Yeah.
Vinicius Jr.
Well, Neil Broderick says, if you want to go to laugh, have a look at the Arsenal fan pods. The most delusional fans ever.
Yeah, they are.
And young Callum says, right to you there, Leroy Sané contracts out of the summer. He's 29. I'd give them Chiesa and get him.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not costing anything, there's no harm in taking him. He's still got loads to offer.
Yeah.
But I still think Chiesa might have something to offer, though. I think Liverpool are just buying the time with him and just trying to integrate. I think Liverpool see Chiesa as with potential. It was low risk, high reward. It only cost 10 million. So, and as you know, Frank, I know you follow Italian footy and all that, but Chiesa, before Chiesa's injury, is one of the most sought after players in Europe.
Yeah, I know. The injuries proved it, and I've been vindicated over it from the beginning when there was only rumours. You've got to ask yourself, how many games has he played?
Yeah, that's why we got for 11 million.
I think if you give him a full pre-season next season, I think he could force his way into the manager's thinking.
We've got nothing to lose with that because we're not paying much for him. Yeah. So if he's there, if he can perform and come on and perform, then it's all good.
All right.
Might play at Southampton the weekend.
And he's younger than Sane as well, isn't he? So I mean, if you sign Sane,
Yeah, I wouldn't want Sane. I'm being honest. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
No.
the comments coming through. And Barry Aldridge says, I think we've been lucky getting Robbo for 8 million as he's been lucky choosing us.
That's what I tend to think, Barry.
Elmo James. Do you think we buy a right back if Trent goes? I don't think we should just rely on Bradley, who is good, but has had a few injuries. Dino.
That's what Dino was saying before. That's exactly what you were saying, Dean.
This is killing me. This.
What's that?
I might have to wear these. I've got my sunglasses. And last night I got through the show without it, but my eyes are killing me, lads. I'm not posing or anything, you know. My eyes are killing me.
You can't, Frank. Get your sunglasses on. If it makes it better and it makes it easier, put them on.
I was at the doctor's in the Aussie today, and they told me, you know, I must wear them. Any bright light, even watching the bloody telly.
Yeah, gotta wear them.
And it's dark as usual, you know, in the night time. Can't see anything. I'm sorry about this.
It's all right. Brilliant. The Blues Brothers. Brilliant. I'll go and get mine. Shall I go and get mine?
Love you too. I'm saying, you know where.
They're in the car.
I'm sorry, boys, honestly. So, you know, as Elmo says about, that's better, that.
Good.
That's better, that. It's like,
that's great. Brilliant, Frank.
It's hard to explain what I'm getting across. You know, my eyebrows. It's like an electric shock. You know, like this. It's
horrible. Yeah, that's horrible.
Edward says, I would rely on Bradley after the injuries. I'd buy an older right back if Trent goes. What about that?
Well, I'm available. Yeah, he's right. I think he's right. Dino said that before. I think you can't just depend on Bradley. We need some backup to him if Trent goes. But let's hope he doesn't go.
Snapey says Man United's profligacy is a lesson for everyone. As astute financial management, polar opposition is being on Dean. My issue with FSG is they don't behave in a manner synonymous with the size of our club. Everyone's got an opinion about the owners, I'm afraid. Everybody.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about them in the summer, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. I feel Chiesa effing potential. Apparently, he has sleep
apnea.
Apnea, yeah.
Is it?
He snores.
What I say is, while he is asleep, get him on board Air Italia and fly him to Rome and leave him on the sea. See what I mean about, you know, people and opinions and whatever. But I said this a long time ago. Listen, lads, just do me a favour, just carry on, please.
I was going to say
just carry on. You know, can any of you read that out?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem.
Read that out, please.
I don't know about you, Dean, but I think Chaser's here now. He's here, isn't he? We've paid for him. We've signed him. He's 11 million. You know, it's no money by today's market, you know. And when he's come on, apart from the Plymouth game, he showed flashes of real promise, I think. You know, and I agree with you.
I agree. I think he's still relatively young as well, isn't he? So he's still. I think there's still a lot for Chiesa to try and do at Liverpool. I think if he. Obviously, the manager doesn't fancy him at this moment in time, but I think give him a full pre-season and let's see how his body reacts.
Yeah, and he's a Liverpool player, and he wears a badge, and he looks happy to be at Anfield. Okay, he's not getting much of a chance at the moment because let's face it, there's quite a few ahead of him. You're not going to displace these guys that are up front. But in games even a game against like Southampton, if we happen to be 3 or 4-0 up, which is every chance the way they're playing we could be, bring him on and let him show what he can do. And it's always good to have another option on the bench anyway. From his background in Italy, as you said before he got injured, he was a class player. And the club bought him for 11 million, fair enough. But I wouldn't badmouth him really. At the end of the day, he's a Liverpool player, and I hope he turns around. With a full pre-season, he might be an asset. I know what Redbad's saying. What's Redbad saying there? Can you read that there, Dean?
Yeah, calling Robbo lucky because he joined us. You have to say the likes of Mo, Virgil, and others are also lucky they joined us. I prefer to say we were lucky we got Robbo and others. Yeah,
well, that's what I think. I agree. If you look back on Robert's career with Liverpool, £8 million a steal, an absolute steal. And look at the chances he's created, the goals he's created. Not so much just recently, but over the years, over the Klopp years. I mean, him and Trent between them, I think they created more chances, more goals than any other combination in the league.
Yeah, I think
he's the world. So, we were lucky to get him, and he was lucky to come to us as well. So it's a good partnership,
Definitely.
I remember when I was a player, and the people used to say to me, "You were unlucky to come to Liverpool," because if I'd gone to anywhere else, I'd have been in the big team. Because I come to Liverpool at the time, they had a team which was impossible to break into with no substitutes. I was unlucky, although I felt I was lucky to be there. A lot of people said you were unlucky, George. You should have went to Preston or, one of these clubs and get in the big team and then moved on. So, but Robbo's been lucky to come to Anfield, and we've been lucky to have him.
Yeah,
Frank, you're right, Frank.
Oh yeah, I had to go there. They were killing me. My eyes were killing me, so I had to change into these ones, which is stronger, funny enough. But I'm awfully sorry about that. I couldn't even hardly see through these. What?
Have you taken any painkillers?
I hate taking. I'm taking. I can rattle with the amount of medication I'm taking. Honestly, I don't like taking. I've got the strongest things there to take, and they tell me to take them, but it's just one of those things.
Salt water's meant to be good for like pain around the eyes and that.
With salt water?
Yeah, drink salt water. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you done any of this? I'll try that. I won't try it now. I'll try that though. I'll thank you for that little bit of help. Have you gone down any of these?
Yeah, we've got to the one you're looking at now. Well, I can't go down, Frank, because you control them. Okay.
You've taken Bradley could be in the same position next season if slots someone like Semenyo. Second choice. What do you think, lads? Have you done that?
No, we haven't done that. No, Semenyo's a good player. I mean, he's a good player. He's one of the leading lights in the Bournemouth team, from what I can see.
But it's a matter of FSG buying. All these players, we never get them. And again, I go back to what the other fella said, Hughes, and they're saying that, we've got opportunistic. That's what we're going for, opportunistic. And it's like that lad who was mentioned, a funny bloody name, he's playing in the German league, and he's a bright potential. I'm fed up with potential. We've got potentials who are out on loan, the likes of their young Dans.
Dope.
You see what I mean? Their potential, their great potential, they're going to be very good for us. But, I don't know. I just don't know.
We could do with getting them back, Ben Duck and Dans at the end of the season. Get them back and get them in pre-season training so they're ready to come on and play a part in our team.
And Snapey says it's just a guess, but perhaps Slots giving Chiesa plenty of time to fully recover from what was a debilitating injury. Slot obviously thinks there is a player there.
Is that Batičić going to come back? The young lad, is he coming back next year? How's he doing?
exactly. You know, we should have kept him.
He was a world beater, and all of a sudden he was injured for so long.
Yeah, his body handle the intensity of the Premier League. So I think he played something like 12 or 13 games on the bounce, didn't he? When he came back, and then his body broke down, and then like this season's the first time that he sort of like played any real level of football. So I think he's another one, like with the full pre-season behind him. You know what? He could be an option. Was he definitely him, didn't he?
Yes, yeah, he was a class player. Is.
And IBR says, I hate seeing disrespect towards Robbo, as he's been incredibly consistent and probably top 3 for several seasons. No one's showing any is anybody showing any disrespect?
No, he's well respected with his teammates as well. You know, they'll love him.
Yeah. And he's yeah, of course. Oh yeah, there's one of the lads Brian, who hasn't been on, Stephen Gerrard. Been a while, lads, working 12-hour shifts. Hope you're both doing well, Frank and George and everyone. Glad to get back on. That's good to see you. Honestly, Brian, it's really good to see you.
Yeah.
And proper golf, I'll be.
God.
Franco looks like a mafia dog. I tell you what, I just wish I just never had these bloody. I've been getting them for ages. I've been sitting there in terrible pain. Above us, only Sky says Batatic is at Las Palmas in the Canary Islands.
Yeah, that's right.
And he scored didn't he score a blinder or something?
Yeah, he's been getting some good reports recently. That's why I asked the question. He's been getting some reasonable reports, so hopefully he might be in a position to come back.
Yeah. And IBR says, I wasn't saying you guys were being disrespectful to Robbo, but other channels there.
Yeah. You do see that, don't you? You do see that. Annoys me.
I know.
Most of these people that don't know what they're talking about.
No, I know. It's just, I'm just going to try me thing here. Just hope I'm all right. It was killing me. Just killing me. So anyway, tomorrow night, boys, is Jota playing? If it's at 3, you know, if it's 4-4-3.
I think he will probably. I think he will. I mean, I'm not sure what Dino said before about the 4-4-3. I think it'll be Salah, Jota, and Diaz to be starting up front.
What about you, Dino?
Yeah, I think it'll be similar to City. To be honest, I think it'll be like a 4-2-4.
No, I mean if he's playing 3 up front.
If he plays,
he'd get the nod.
Yeah, probably because Gakpo's injured. Yeah, because Gakpo doubtful. I think Jota's in there, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've no worries.
Nevertheless, whether it's 2 up front, I think it's got to be Diaz.
If it's 2 up front, I think it'll be Salah and Diaz.
Yeah.
The pace.
Yeah. I think I don't want Diaz to go, you know. People are talking, I'd love him to stay. I think he's great.
Gotta stay.
I really do. You know, we're talking about Szoboszlai, you know, having plenty of energy, but this lad has 2. He's got loads of energy.
Diaz
go on, team.
He was great against Newcastle. Absolutely ran himself into the ground last week.
He did.
From where I was sitting, like how he was absolutely goosed at the end of the game. There, like he was tremendous.
He's a huge asset to the team. He really is. I mean, you know, he never stops running, never stops trying, scores goals.
Because he can play in a variety of positions as well. He can play through the middle. He can play on the left. Obviously, you know, his goals and contributions dries up, but it doesn't mean that he's not working hard for the team. You know what I mean? I think playing the number 9 for Liverpool is a very tough position at the minute.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for him when he missed that chance when Mo put it across the goal, came in with 2 feet and just went past it. Couldn't quite get there.
Talking goal of the season there, George, if that goes in.
Yeah. It would have been an absolute cracker.
Yeah.
Great move.
Today, McAllister's goal was a cracking goal.
Yeah.
McAllister's, the way he brought it out.
Yeah.
I love the way McAllister is playing now. And he finds spaces with the ball. And he just, when he gave it when he found a space and he threw it to the Newcastle half and then just give it to Mo. Mo did what he had to do until McAllister got there. And he just gave it. What a goal. That brilliant move.
Such a ball of McAllister. Really intelligent. Got great awareness of space. And he's got that Argentinian bite about him as well.
Yeah, spot on. That's a cracker. That's a good comment. And above us, only Sky says Robbo was in the same old City side as Slabhead. Compare what they both won. Absolutely. Slabhead.
They call that a Lego head, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Gafco didn't train, but he travels with us. Above what Sky says.
Yes.
The IBR says, I think we play Allison, Bradley, Robbo, Canate, Virgil, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Jota, Sal.
Yeah, probably right. I think you're right. There's only Curtis to think about other than that.
Bradley on crutches.
Yeah. Gee.
Don't believe that, don't you? And the Anfield Ordino, that is spot on. Our number 9 position has never been played as well as anyone since Bobby showed what this side needs, a link man. He can hold the ball up. That's what we need.
Yeah.
I think so as well. I think we all agree with everything the lads are saying on here.
Yeah.
Isn't it strange, lads, that the last time Plymouth made noise in the FA Cup 1984, we went on to win the treble. Big Joe, the League Cup, the League Milk Cup, and all Big Ears. Fate.
Yes. That's right.
Do you know what? I was listening to this Mark Goldridge today, as I said, and he said, I think Liverpool will go on and win the Carabao Cup. They're going to win the league, and I think that they'll win the Champions League too. But I've got to warn Liverpool fans, it's not the treble. And I went, Francine was sitting there with me, and I said, did you hear that? And she said, yeah. I said, when we won a treble, we had to win. We had to win the league to go into the European Cup. It was harder then, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong for these Manchester United fans to come out and say the FA Cup. It's still a treble, no matter what. The first ever one. Go on.
European Cup was sudden death. It was sudden death.
Yeah. One bad night.
20 games. And only the champions were playing in the Champions League.
Yeah. One bad night and you're out.
You're out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or to have 3-4 losses in especially in the new format.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good shout. That
6 Champions Leagues and 3 other finals, wasn't it? So it could have been 9.
Yeah. Kuna says the IBR has a release cause of 62.5, and we're within our price range, as Isak is going to be 120 million plus.
I do like Kuna. I must admit, he looks a quality player. Not sure about his character. He got sent off for beating the guy up, didn't he? But what a good player.
He also attacked an Ipswich member of staff, didn't he? Ripped his glasses off his face and all that.
Yeah, so he's got a problem with anger management. Yeah, he did. On the pitch, Frank. Yeah, that's right. He got banned, didn't he? He got a big ban now for that last lot.
Yeah, he's got problems like.
I'll tell you what I was fuming at. I'm going to be a little bit political. Some fella put up a big Ukrainian, now listen to this carefully, a big Ukrainian flag, right, a big Ukrainian flag. And on top of it, I know this fellow well, and on top of it, he had, "We're with you, Ukraine, all us Liverpool fans, you never walk alone." I fucking went mad. It's bringing political into our club and our anthem. Our anthem. You'll never walk alone. I was fuming with him.
Yeah.
I said, "You fucking gone, you. Don't you ever do that again. Bring that Liverpool anthem into politics, especially over there." Place.
Yeah.
I had to say that. I had to. Horrible pricks. Anyway, the Redbird. United fans always say the real treble is League, FA Cup, and Big Ears.
I don't care what they say.
That is it, right?
Treble's a treble.
We're going to go on to the 20. We're going to be the most successful British side ever. They still are anyway, without winning the league.
That's right.
And they're going to go on with that.
We're also the first club ever to have a 1 million YouTube likes, is it? Subscriptions.
Yeah.
1 million.
200 million.
What was that, Dean?
200 million.
200 million. Yeah, well done. Well connected. 200 million. I've seen it today on the news. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Back to the League Cup a minute. I think the League Cup is actually harder to win than the FA Cup because you've got the two-legged semi-final.
Everything, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And
they're
all hard to win. They're all hard to win. I don't care which one they are.
Yeah.
They're all hard to win. If you win three major trophies, which they are, it's the only three we've got in this country, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
The FA Cup, the Carlsberg Cup, and the League Championship. If you win two of them and you win the European Cup, how can it not be a treble?
Yeah.
Man United is clutching at straws.
They've been clutching at straws for a very long time.
They're absolutely
saying, we're great people there.
Thank you, Frank. I hope they beat Arsenal.
Yeah.
That would do us nicely. Them or Chelsea.
Come Saturday night, we should be 16 points clear.
Yeah, could be. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Even though they'll have 2 games in hand, psychologically that could be massive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course.
Much better to have the points in the bank.
Definitely.
Brian was saying, I was talking to Bradley's old manager last week, and he said he would end up on crutches. Must be true, lads.
Yeah, he'd be out for a while, I think.
The Anfield Road. I like watching him, but I honestly don't want his attitude at Anfield. That's that lad,
He's definitely got anger management issues there. Needs to be sorted out because he's got the talent.
And above us says 3 finals in 5 years, George.
Yeah.
3 finals in 5 years. Incredible. It's a proper treble, lads. The Milk Cup back then was so hard to win, as what you said, as much as the FA Cup.
Yeah, of course.
Says Brian. It was though, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They're all hard to win.
The LBR says they're having a go here. His attitude is much like Suarez and not a bad egg, just a bit crazy. And Sleepy says, Mark Goldridge, like most Man United fans, will clutch at any straw to deride us at the moment. Let's be fair, it's all they have to shout about. They are wallowing in excrement up to their neck. Oh, come on. I like it what you said, though, the excrement, rather than the other horrible word you said. In politics, Ukraine Zelensky's predecessor says the Anfield Road and himself bombed that region. He says he's been stripped of for 22 years. This Zelensky is a hypocrite. Yes. Yes. I just don't want any sort of thing with anyone, bringing our anthem, our football club, into any what's going on. I don't do that. Never
Just keep
done
it
that.
out. Just keep it out of football altogether. Quite frankly.
And Brian says, brilliant said, Frank, because it's our anthem. Other teams have songs. That's a good one. Yes. Other teams have songs. We have a anthem.
Yeah. Most famous anthem in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, the idea Anfield to the Anfield. Kuna ain't near Suarez level, but hot-tempered, but both are fighters. I don't want him. If he's like that, I don't want anyone like that.
No, you'd have to control it if it's an issue. Definitely an issue.
Fuck off. I'm not you, George.
I know you mean.
George, had Bob's office changed much when Shanks took it over?
Yeah, I think he did change it, as inevitably he would. Yeah, it was a bit more in it than when Shanks was quite. The office was quite basic when Shanks was in there. He didn't have too many stuff on the wall, as I remember. Just his typewriter on the desk.
Well, I don't know. So listen, let's get back to tomorrow night. And it's going to be, as I said at the beginning of the thing, very hard. That's just my opinion. It's going to be very, very hard. But over the 2 legs, are we confident, Dino? Over 2 legs.
Over 2 legs, yeah, definitely. Keep it tight. Maybe 2-2 draw, something like that tomorrow. Maybe I can see, and then get them back to Anfield and do the business there.
Yeah.
You, George?
Yeah, well, my view on Liverpool at Anfield. Then at the end of the day, it's good that we got the second leg at home, because at least we know what we have to do. And the crowd will be up for it, as they always are and always have been. And when that team come out on Anfield, they'll find a bit of an atmosphere. So, I think, as Dean says, if we can hold on for a draw or a win, 1-0, whatever, 2-1, it'd be fantastic. Even a 1-0 defeat wouldn't kill me.
No.
But let's hope we don't come to that. Let's hope we just avoid defeat. If we avoid defeat tomorrow, I think we'll go through. Yeah. Probably end up playing Real Madrid in the semi, I would imagine.
Well, IBR says, I think we'll draw 1-1.
That'll do.
Marching down the Anfield Road, the greatest cop-out on the planet, Callum says 1-1.
Mind you, Frank, I don't think we should be all this about PSG, great team, hard game.
No.
They'll be worrying about us. God almighty, we won that European League, for God's sake. We're top of the Premier League by 13 points, hardest league in the world. So why should we be worried about PSG?
I don't think anyone is, to be honest. It's just let's be honest, though. We win the league, say like it was the old Champions League thing format. Yeah. Now, we'd be seeded. We'd be playing, no disrespect to other teams, lesser teams. That's all that I'm saying. But we got a hard draw. It is a hard draw.
It is, yeah.
But, I'm not bothered about the hard draw, because I know that we'll beat them over 2 legs. It's as simple as that.
Definitely.
And there's no, if you score away at doubles and all this, there's none of that, is there?
No.
Goals win games, says above us only Sky. Clean sheets win titles. Clean sheet tomorrow night, please, lads. That's what he says. And Brian, boys, I'm confident. Number 7 is coming, and no other team can change my mind. Over 2 legs, we will do it. Beat Real is ours. Yeah, it's ours.
Oh, we beat Real Madrid. Yeah, I think he'd be favourites, definitely.
A bit optimistic, says Snapey, perhaps, but for me, we sneak a cheeky win. Gravenberch will to be one of our outstanding performers.
He is, isn't he?
It was good tactics that you were talking there, George, or I don't know, or was it Eugene, or by saying you know, the way we can cover the likes of Trent and even Robbo now, you know, we can cover them. But like Doc, I think it was you, George, when you said about Doku and done
Yeah,
nothing.
he didn't create nothing, did he? Even though he was going past Trent a few times, but it was being blocked. When Endo came on as well at the end, that was a big decision. He's good in that situation. 15 minutes to go.
And the Anfield, what about you, Gino? You know, like covering you know, our two fullback, because we have to cover them anyway, don't we? And I've never seen even Mo Salah so much as defending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Go ahead, Gino.
Oh, I think it was it Peter O'Neill said before about the high risk, high reward, low, whatever it was, risk reward with Trent. And I think that's absolutely spot on. I think teams are obviously going to target Trent because they believe the fallacies that he can't defend and stuff. But I think for them to just completely target Trent and just when you're targeting Trent, it's like the risk reward is just that they think they can get at him and all that, but then they're pushing up too far. They're going to leave space in behind for Trent to exploit them with his ability for direct passes to Mo, to Luis Diaz, etc. So it is what it is. I've got no issues with Trent, and any team that wants to.
No, I've got no issues. Remember, George, when we said at the beginning of the season, we have to keep our spine. And it went from Ali to Trent to Virg to Mo, didn't it?
Yeah.
We have to keep them.
Yes.
And I still say the same for next season too, Dino.
Yeah.
I really do. I have to say the same. The Anfield Raw says, all I'll say is drawing PSG, it's not much of a reward seeing as though we finished top. I agree with that. We get the hottest team in Europe and Arsenal get PSV. This competition is crap.
Mind you, I think, Frank, when PSG are playing against us tomorrow, I would think they're going to attack, aren't they? They're playing at home. They're not going to be defensive, I would imagine. They'll be going for it. That leaves us an opportunity. I think Dean mentioned there. It's an opportunity to get them on the break because we've got, fast Salah, Diaz, fast players on the break. So not like when we play Anfield and they park the bus. It's hard to get through these packed defences. That won't be like that tomorrow.
Okay, Brian says, PSG battered the Port City team, played Brest 3 times in the last 7. We have them, lads. 5-2 aggregate. That's what he says.
Yeah.
That's what he says. And above us says, simple formula in Europe is don't lose your away game and win the home and you go through. That's spot on. That's 100%. It really is 100%. And the Anfield says, next season I hope we do crap or finish where Villa or Arsenal finished yet and get a lovely draw, it seems. What are you talking about? Unless he's talking about the Champions League next season.
Yeah.
Boys, are we using the Trent thing to our own strength now? AKA making teams go down that flank all the time, says Brian.
That was what
we don't have to say that. Go ahead, Dino.
No, that's what I was trying to get to before. When I was talking about the risk reward thing with Trent and all that, teams are trying to exploit our right hand side, but then they're leaving themselves vulnerable at the same time.
Yeah. Yes, on the other side.
Yeah. That's where our second goal against City come from. City was targeting Trent, and then they lose possession of the ball. We get the ball back, and then Trent's a little ball over the top for Salah, who picks out John. You know what I mean? So catching them high up, and PSG likes to play a similar way as well. Like the Klopp. I call it, the Klopp way. That a high intensity pressing 4-3-3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you all forgotten it's King Kenny's birthday? Happy birthday, King
no.
Kenny, says the red bird.
I sent him a happy birthday today.
And my favourite artist today, a lad from Glasgow.
I know, Vetriano.
Love him.
Fantastic.
I've got a print hanging up on my wall.
No, fantastic. Genius. Just an ordinary man with a genius.
Yes. A Glaswegian. Do you know what? Do you know all the contemporary artists didn't like him?
That's
because
right,
he
yeah.
didn't go to art school. What's that all about?
Didn't need to go to art school, did he? Bloody hell.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It's like my very good friend Anthony Brown. He went to art school, and he said, "They're not learning me anything," and he left. And look what he did today.
He's brilliant, isn't he? Brilliant artist, Anthony.
He's a lovely man as
Lovely
well.
man, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, just like Vetriano. I love his work, Vetriano's work. Anyway, Ali the Noose. I just hope we will not get Barca before the final. Barca, for me, is the best opponent we can get at the moment.
No, I think we get Real Madrid, probably.
Well, it's all been
decided, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got to play Real. If we go through and Real get through, we'll play them in the semis.
Play them in the semi, yeah.
But you know that I think is the biggest danger to any of us? Inter Milan.
Inter Milan. Our old rivals, eh?
They're brilliant, I'm telling you now. The Anfield says, look at Dino, his head's turning around. Looking at the sky.
He looks a bit like Mo used to look. He'll got his haircut.
I was a little Lottie and Darcy. Are they still up?
Yeah, the sound. They'll be watching again, no doubt.
Grace, little Darcy.
Give him our best.
We made up now that you mentioned that.
Oh, no, I've got to mention our two little Reds, Lottie and Darcy. Great names.
You made up by Roger Sabozlai.
I think the old competition is crocked. Villa get Bruges and Arsenal get PSV. This is the old league system. Stinks, Frank. That's what I'm saying. We should have a cushy round, not a proper tough draw. That's what I've said all along. That's what I've said. And it is absolutely ridiculous. And Barry says, our Barca not on the other side of the draw.
Oh, right. Who are they playing?
It could be, say like they all get to the final, whoever gets to the final, whatever side of the draw it is, it could be an all, Spanish final. If they get, you know what I mean? It sets up for an all Spanish final. That's what they're trying to say.
So if we win, do we play Villa next?
What?
Yeah.
If we win, we play Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, if they go through, that is, yeah. And Paul, let's hope we do play Barca as we can only meet them in the final. That's true.
Complicated, isn't it?
Happy birthday to Kenneth Matthias Dalgate. I'm made up, you never said thank you above us. Thank you. No, they're birds. I'm going around to Kenny's later, says Brian. Oh, pissed off. Happy birthday, King Kenny. Many happy returns, lad. That's great, that. Isn't it great to think that, our fan base, every one of us, wish this man a happy birthday. Because what he's
ever player, isn't he?
Do you know? Do you remember against Man United then in 2011, and the cop sang "Happy Birthday" to him when he was manager.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. That was
I'll
brilliant.
tell you what, it was an absolute joy to see Kenny playing, wasn't it, Frank? An absolute joy to see him playing. He had a telepathic brain on him. When he was at Celtic, and then, even as a kid, he was fantastic. And he came in when Keegan left, and everybody thought, "Oh, what we're going to do?" Kevin's left, was struggling. In come Dalglish, and the rest is history, man. I'll tell you, he knew what everything was around him. Made it look easy, didn't he, Frank? Made it look easy. Every pass, every goal.
Was it that great scout of ours, Jeff Twentyman? Who,
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I tell you what, this Jeff Twentyman was the best scout Liverpool have ever had. The players he brought in were phenomenal.
Yeah. That was the old days. The proper scout did the job.
And that's why you've got to thank, the likes of Jeff for all what we've won. Everything from the 70s to the 80s, honestly.
Tom Saunders.
Yes.
Yeah. He was a teacher in my old school.
That's right. He used to run the schoolboys, didn't he? The Liverpool boys.
Before my time, like he was a teacher in the school, my senior school I went to.
Nice fella.
Yeah.
West Derby.
Yeah.
He found Ian Rush, didn't he?
I'm not sure. You could be right with that. You could be right. Yeah. I knew him when he ran the schools. Grant McCulloch and those boys, they played for Tommy Smith and I played for Liverpool schools. And the later generation played for Liverpool schools. And Tom he was a teacher, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he was involved in the Liverpool's very successful schools team they had, Liverpool boys. And then he came to Anfield and did a great job there with Ruben Bennett and them.
Yeah, so it's at the school that Houllier was at, Allsop. I used to teach there. Anyway, Arthur Schofield says, "Hello, Frank. Sorry I missed you. But listen, my friends, you need to take time out and look after yourself. Look after your problems. We need you well. We all care about you. Keep up your meds and you will be okay."
Nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Really appreciate that. I really do. But to be honest, just wearing those glasses before Easter, and it's gone now.
You got to do what you're told by the medical people, Frank.
Yeah,
that's right. Look at me. Look at my medical history in the last 4 years. I'm lucky to be here.
Well, that's it. Both the hospital and the doctors told me today, wear them. You have to wear them. Well, I have done, and they did me well. I'm okay. And Brian from Ireland says, "Nice to meet you, Dino, lad."
Same to you, mate.
He'll be asking you about a golfer next, by the way. Because his son's a great golfer.
I'll play for a long.
Hope the French police look after that. Yes. Fans a bit better than this time. Yes. And above us, look. Villa won at 3-1 at Bruges.
Oh, well, that should be them through, shouldn't it?
Well, said Brian says the Anfield, though. He has 3 passes ahead of anyone else. Tremendous footballing brain. That was
Kenny.
That was Kenny. And he stayed with us, didn't he? What I mean, like he's lived here.
He always has.
He lived here for the, don't get me wrong, right, but he lends his days here, if you know what I mean.
Such an unassuming man as well.
Yeah.
Him and Callie.
Yeah. You can stop him in the street and talk to him.
Yeah.
And he will talk to you. He was 3 passes. You're right there. You're right, mate. Well, says Arthur, we need our Frank to look after us. Honestly, I'm all right now. It's just there across there. It's killing me. Anfield Road. George, King Kenny's was the best to hold off. And you're right there.
Right, yeah. Right, yeah.
And
It's
the
a bit like
passes
Salah.
rush out to the world.
Like Mo Salah, you couldn't get the ball off him, could you?
You couldn't. You couldn't. And you just knew, didn't you? You know, when you're seeing a team sheet, well, you knew you didn't have to see a team sheet. And then, you know, like with Russia and Kenny up front, we were going to win the game.
Yeah, with fabulous. What a partnership.
Incredible. As Snapey says, nobody's mentioning Bayern Munich. Anybody thinks they won't want to play in the final in their own stadium is misguided.
Yeah, that would be an
But you've
advantage.
got Leverkusen, haven't you, there? You've got Leverkusen, and they'll be wanting it. But you're right there, Snapey. You're right. You're right, spot on. Remember, This Is Your Life, and they had cops singing Happy Birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
We Bob had the old team out wishing Kenny, yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
But they're the memories. And above us is small school as me, Dino. He was deputy headmaster. Here you go. King Kenny is the best two-footed footballer I've seen. I'm not sure if he was right or left-footed, says Paul Owen.
He was both.
That's mad, that, isn't it? Ambidextrous with your feet. Unbelievable. And Snapey says Kenny's footballing brain operated on a higher frequency to everyone else on the pitch. An overused term, perhaps, but Dalglish was a bona fide genius, to say nothing of his decorum around Hillsborough. Yeah, I'll give you that. King Kenny was some players. I absolutely loved them. Still do. Only became a Celtic fan because of Kenny. And Ali the Noose says, I don't think Bayern can get to the final. They're not the team they were, but as Snapey said, it's in their back garden. You might as well.
I wouldn't want to play them there.
No. No chance. No chance. And the Anfield says, at Blackburn, Bill McKinney said he was teaching our reserve team how to use the floodlights as a striker to see where the opposition defender was coming from and use it to move the other way.
Wow.
Mad that. Billy says, we all looked at Kenny and said, what we can't do. Well, we can't do that, Kenny.
Brilliant.
That must be the lights. It's always a treat to see Kenny at most games. I often wonder if Rushy is his minder.
Rushy was fantastic as well, wasn't he? Rushy, how many goals he scored? 360 or something stupid.
Do you know what? I got a surprise, just surprised me, that they never ever went for a bevy, Both Kenny and him, Rushy, never went for dinner or anything. They just went their separate ways, after the games.
They probably couldn't understand what each other said. Imagine them two having a conversation. They made the ball talk.
Oh, I think you just hit the nail on the head there. So no, I wonder now. I know why he never has a bevy or anything. I wonder how many assists he made for Rushy.
Most of them.
I wouldn't say this often. Glad we ain't against this Atletico Madrid side. They don't park the bus. You're right there, Callum. You're right. And soonest touch and pass for the Kings goal at Wembley. Unreal, says Brian. So we're going to win tomorrow, lads, before we all pack up.
Yeah, I'll say yes. I think we will. I think we will. Well, put it this way: I don't think we'll lose.
No. Can you tell me when the next league game is?
Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
I'll be there in the Cup Saturday. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm going to do a watch along.
Are you?
Yeah.
How does that work, Frank? You just sit and watch it and then commentate?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, there's Jason's going to set it up for me.
You have to practice your getting excited voice.
Yes. Well, George, I swear a lot, So I won't.
Yeah, you have to get all that, because all these watch-alongs I watch, they go crazy, don't they?
Yeah.
Some of the fan groups are the nutters. Some of them are on the watch-alongs.
Yeah.
I mean, jumping around the room like jackrabbits when they score, banging chairs over, and all the Japanese people can't understand the word they're saying. Honest to God,
I think it was young Callum who said, you have to wear your Liverpool top.
Oh, yeah. Get the one with Shankly. Socialism is what I believe in, on the front, in your cap. Your dark glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. That'd be brilliant.
I'll be on Field said, Frank, he hasn't sorted it for me on Field. I'm sorry, mate. He hasn't sorted it for me. I'm awfully sorry. I'll have to go down there. I don't know where I'm up to. Snapey says, Kenny's football and brain up. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry there. I've done that. I've done that. Done that. Done that. Done that. Done that. I'm awfully sorry about this. I don't know what's happened. I'll go to this one. Young Callum says 1-1 Salah, Cavara, I'll go with the box formation. Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robbo, Gravenberch, Maka, Szoboszlai, Jones, and Diaz Salah. That's what you said, wasn't it, Tino?
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
That'd be a good side.
He's got to play Jones. I think it don't need George. He has to play him.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, George, do you know what I'm doing? I'm having cocoa.
You having cocoa?
It just put me asleep.
Well, there you go. I told you now. See, you never used to listen to me.
I got a big tub of it, I said, I'll try this.
It makes you dream. That's the only thing, Frank. Occasionally I'm scoring a few goals in the middle of the night, And usually I forget.
Go in the match,
I have these dreams when I go to the stadium and I forget my boots. Nightmare.
I take a draw, but no reason why we can't beat PSG away.
No, we've played better teams than them and beat them.
Yeah, the Anfield.
Honestly,
Liverpool 2-1 tomorrow. I'm going to the home game on Saturday.
Oh, great, yeah.
So he's there on there. So he's all there, aren't you?
Yeah, well, if we can beat Southampton, I mean, that's going to be a cracker then. Phew.
Yeah.
So all the pressure's back on him.
Bruno said it could be 16 points ahead. And that will, that'll demoralise the most ardent Arsenal fan. Not only that, but the Arsenal team as well.
I'd be surprised if Man United beat Arsenal because they're not in the same class at the moment. We never know.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing the Anfield. I'm not doing it. Jason hasn't set it up for me. I'm so useless at that. And I didn't say that. Sure, it was raw. He must have been talking to. And
Jimmy Mealy.
You'll have to wear your Jimmy Mealy's tough, right?
You know what? He's still coaching in America. He's still coaching in America in his mid-80s. Yeah. Yeah, a lad was in touch with me from America, and he's lives in the same town as him. He said, Jimmy's still coaching.
Incredible.
It is.
Incredible. And 346 goals rushing, say Snakey. The
Wow.
ultimate butler service from Kenny.
Even more
And
won't get.
Go on, George.
Even more won't get there, I don't think. Even if he stays another couple of years. It's a long way ahead.
And Arthur says, I don't have any doubts about the results. Come on, you red man.
Good man.
Barry says, what's United, Frank? That should put you to sleep.
Yeah, Barry. You're right.
Barry's the little black and white boy. I'm not easy. I'd be delighted to win the League Cup and Champions League is a nice bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, well, at the start of the season, we would have been delighted to be in the top 4, I think. Look at it now.
Frank, if we win all 3 trophies, get in the full kit. Full kit. Yeah, behaviour said, don't. I'm hiding that. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Okay? I think we win 1-0 tomorrow night.
Well, that would be a fantastic result when it come back with 1-0 win. Gee.
And Barry says, that's a great idea. And I might watch Man United before bed tonight. It's the IBR, Stella. And Jaden, great round today, George. 6. Thanks, boys. Great to be back. Look after yourself, Frank. Great to see you, George and Dino. Up the Reds. Take care, all. You never walk.
Brian.
Isn't that lovely? See you again.
Keep swinging, mate. Keep swinging.
Brian, see you again, mate. And George, wasn't Jimmy Mealy your best mates with? But yeah, he came from the same place.
Yeah, they were good pals. Bobby went to Chelsea as a coach, I think.
Yeah, he did. Bobby Campbell. Went to St. Anthony's Church.
Yeah, that's Bobby.
I used to go with Jimmy's sister, Jackie.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
think he left Liverpool in 1962. I mean, he left quite early. Shankly got rid of him, moved him on, like a lot of other players, before he brought his Saint and Ronnie in.
You know, besides, I'm going to say this. Besides Kenny Dalglish and say Ian Rush, who's the best player Liverpool have ever signed?
Best player Liverpool.
I don't mean like, lads coming through the academy.
Well, he's got to be Mo Salah. Got to be Mo Salah or who's the other one? Suarez. Mo Salah or Suarez.
I think it must be. I love Suarez. Loved him.
Well, Mo's achieved more than Suarez, but Suarez was
but this is what I was just going to say.
One season.
George.
He's unplayable.
Mo Salah is the best player.
He's got to be the best signing. Best signing, I think, in my time anyway.
Best signing ever.
Got to remember, the Premier League's a lot faster now, and he's playing in a league which is so competitive, and he's a marked man because of his his reputation, and he's still scoring goals. It's very difficult. You've got a man on your back all the time. I watched that young kid at Newcastle, Hall, fullback.
Yeah.
He was having a pretty good game against Salah for 20 minutes, half an hour, and you could see he was determined to stop him. But Mo just runs forward, then runs back, creates a space.
As well, isn't he?
He did well, and then Mo got him in the end, though, you see.
Oh, he got him in the end with that pass. It was an incredible pass. Both 2 players on him. And he sent them the wrong ways, didn't he?
He runs and he stops, and he comes back and gets the ball and gives it back to Trent. Then he goes again. Very hard to handle him.
Incredible play. I think Jimmy went to Brighton. He did. I remember when Jimmy Mealy went to Brighton and he came up here with his Brighton team and beat us in the cup. Do you ever remember
he managed him in the cup final, didn't he? He had a helicopter going over Wembley. Jimmy Mealy was being interviewed as manager. They should have won that game as well against Man United. Guy missed a sitter at the end.
It's this one here. Your fruit roll.
Do you want
Do
some?
you want some chicken, lad? Don't know, lads. I don't know what you're going on about. And Snapey says, had Rush not had that ill-fated season in Italy at the rate he scored goals, he would have been closer to 400 instead of a mere 346. He was lethal here, and the greatest striker of his and others. Thing is, he wasn't the same, was he, when he came back?
No.
Yeah.
No,
He wasn't the same.
They
Never
very
had-
rarely are, Frank. They're very rarely the same when they come back, if they come back.
No.
He never had Kenny though laying him on when he came back.
No, he didn't. No,
That's
no,
right.
you're so right. You're so right. I always watch United versus us before I go to sleep, especially when Salah scores at Cold Trafford. Say
Yeah.
Barry.
5-0.
Yes. Yes. That 5-0 game.
We've had some amazing results against them, haven't we, recently? 7-0 was the best.
Crazy results.
Alan
That was
Hansen was a bargain from Partick. Oh, yeah. Forgot about
he
him.
was. Yeah, he didn't cost much, did he?
Partick Thistle.
John Barnes as well.
Barnsley. Well, he cost like 100 million. Not 100 million.
Where did he come from, Barnes? I can't remember.
Watford.
Oh, Watford, that's right. With Elton John and all them, yeah.
Yeah. And do you know Elton John used to go into the boot room, didn't he? When he
Yes,
was
yes. Yeah, he did. He
go in
did, yeah.
there.
Big football fan, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Watford chairman.
Above us says, I think Alisson is a shell for the missing piece of the jigsaw. We need to win the league, but Mo Salah is the right answer.
Well, we've got to be honest, Frank, haven't we? If Mo wasn't here, we would not be at the top of the league.
No, we wouldn't be where we are
Yeah, about
today.
fifth. Honestly, I mean, he scored 30 goals and 17 assists.
And your fruit Rolo says, Fabinho said, do you want some chicken, lad?
Fabinho. Can't remember that. He must be right.
Just copying his quote, he says.
Yeah,
Your
must be
fruit
right.
Rolo. But listen, Fruit Rolo, just subscribe to the channel and press the like, please, for us.
Yes.
Virgil, as a signing, should also be considered. Where would we be without him in defence?
Well, that's it, isn't it? The heart of the team.
I think we've been blessed with so many great players though, really, haven't we? You know, Souness is another one.
Yes. It's always hard to answer them questions, Dean, about who was the greatest player, who was the best team. It's just too many to choose.
But the things like the likes of my granddad said Billy Little, you know what I mean? And there was an era before that said Matt Busby.
Yeah, there's been all sorts of, right back to Eve Longworth and Tom Bromelo and all them guys to start the century.
It is, though, isn't it?
Well, I think St John and Yates were big factors in changing Liverpool from where they were to where they've become. Big Ronnie, Andy and St John.
Willie Stevenson.
Liverpool fans, they said Matt Busby got voted as Liverpool's greatest captain.
That's right. He played most of the time. Didn't he play during the war years, though?
Yeah, the war years, Matt Busby. Yeah.
Same as Shankly. That ruined his career a bit as well, because all these guys were in their prime, 1938, and they ended up coming back about 1945, 46. They'd lost 7 years of their career,
Yeah.
If they were lucky to live and survive.
7 years of life.
Yeah, my dad didn't manage it.
What about Clemens from Scunthorpe, wasn't he? Keegan the same.
Keegan was Scunthorpe as well. Kevin Keegan, that was a good signing as well. 30,000 or something.
And Christopher says, hi Frank and everyone, Barnes cost 900k and Beardsley cost 1.9 mil. That's
St. John cost 30,000.
is he taking the Michael? City Kamara was my personal favourite. I said, Dad, they've signed a lad from Predator movie. City Kamara. I'll just go down there, finish.
T.T. Kamara.
We've owned Man United's head for 5 or 6 seasons. Most nemesis, the sister fiddling morons, are now in awe of Salah. Says Snapey. And young Callum. Rush scored 1, Rush scored 2, Rush scored 3, Rush scored 4. And nah.
Hang
Do you know what? And this fella never ever gets mentioned. And it's what IBR says. And he was a cracker then. Steve Finnan.
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah, he was.
The most underrated right back we've had.
Yeah.
He was great.
Stevie Finnan.
Steve Nicol as well.
Stevie. Russia Parkend versus Neville Southall. Says young Callum. Yeah, I'd be. Garcia was only 6 million.
Yeah. Tidy little player he was.
And for me, says Ali Noose, was one of the Mane was one of the best players who played for us. Top 10 for sure. Yeah, go along with that. Firmino.
I loved him. I loved Firmino. What a talent.
I only mentioned this fella today to Francine. When we were talking about, we signed that, what was his name? No.
Lemon was a great player.
He was the left back we signed from Middlesbrough.
Ziegler.
Ziegler.
Christian Ziegler.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I said he was brilliant. And I said, we had Jari Litmanen. And Robbie Fowler said he's the best forwards I've ever played with.
He was good, wasn't he? He was good, Litmanen.
Early fancy him, did he?
No, but he was talented.
A milker, I think there was something wrong with him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think there was something wrong with our manager at the time. Really, I know that he went into hospital for that aorta. That's it, he saved his life, came back, and
very, very stubborn, weren't he, really?
Very.
He was. Yeah, I think he was.
And don't forget, he got rid of Robbie Fowler, who was at his peak.
Yeah. He's never going to work with Roy Evans and him together.
No.
No. About life.
Can you answer this, Tino? Didn't we get Steve Staunton for free?
Second time round we did. I'm not sure about the first time. The second time round, signed in '98, he signed for free, but I'm not sure about. I'm sure he cost when we first signed him.
He had a funny nickname. I can't remember what it was now, but it was a funny one.
Barry must be putting this comment from bed. What about Gary Mack, 5-star?
Yeah.
Important.
That free kick against Everton, it was a cracker, wasn't it?
He went on a run of scoring like 6 or 7 games on the bounce, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But you know what? I'll never ever forget him. You might remember this, George. I don't think you would, to be honest, Dino. He refused. He had a chance to come into Liverpool when he was younger, and he decided to go to Leeds.
Yes, that's right.
And we got him when he was I'm sorry to say.
He was towards the end of his career, wasn't he? He was brought in as a temporary midfielder, but he helped us win the Europa Cup.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying, you know, but
He was at the end of his career, wasn't he, when he
he
came
was
to
at
us?
the end of his career. Leeds didn't want him, or whoever it was it Coventry?
Coventry.
I forget.
Yeah.
They didn't want him when he came to us.
Important for Gerrard though as well, weren't he? He helped Steven Gerrard's progression.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'll never forget that free kick at Goodison when he ran up and
That
put
was
it in the corner.
incredible.
He
30
relegated
yards.
And to hit it though, George, and to hit it from where he hit it, that had to go along the ground
Yeah.
in the opposite corner of where their goalie was. Forget his name.
Yeah.
And then about 40 yards. Think about it.
Well, he had one in a similar position about 5 minutes earlier, and he chipped it in, and Sammy Hippier had the header and forced Gerrard to make a really good save. So Gerrard's thinking, same again. Paul Gerrard, the Everton goalkeeper, he's thinking
Not the
same.
goalkeeper, Gerrard, that's right. Paul Gerrard, yeah, that's right.
So
I was trying to remember.
Paul Gerrard's stepping, thinking, oh, he's not shooting from there. He's just going to clip it in.
Because they're all over there, aren't they? They're all over on the.
Going to chip it, yeah.
Absolute genius.
It was genius. It was. And you know what? The way, I don't know whether it's ever been performed on the training pitch, because he ran over to Houllier, and Houllier was laughing his head off, as much to say, "It's all you can do, is it? You know, you did it in training." You know, that's the impression.
Wasn't it though? Because Houllier was saying to him, "Chip it in," and he's gone like,
"Oh, I see."
A bit cheeky kind of thing, and so Houlier's laughing, thinking like,
yeah,
that's brilliant.
I was great. I watched that in Leeds, funny enough.
Were you?
My mum and dad had friends from Leeds, and me and my brother used to go and stay over there, and it was around Easter. I think it was Easter Monday.
That's right.
And,
yeah, it was. Yeah.
And we'd gone and stayed there because we were friends with their kids and all that, like. And then they brought us home then on the Thursday for the Barcelona game. The Barcelona game was on the Thursday night, the second leg of the semi-final, the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
What a night that was.
Brilliant. You know, that's what I mean. The memories that our club, George and I go back to the 60s. And, you know, to think, and as I mentioned the other night, Tino and George, we've lived moments. And I was only saying this to Francine today, but I did say it the other night as well. We've lived moments where Roger Hunt and Ian St. John, we lived our moments with them, and we go right through. I was mentioning all names and whatever, you know, right through to the likes of, you know, well, I said Toshack and Key and Kenny and Rushy. And now, you know, we had the likes of Mane, Bobby, and Mo. Now we've got Mo and everybody else. So that's just everybody else.
Before that, we had Torres, didn't we? We had Torres.
Being spoiled.
When he came in, Fernando Torres.
Incredible.
Bobby Fowler. Spoiled. Yeah, no other clubs had that array of stars and legends. I don't think so. Over so many years.
Would you agree with this, what Barry says? I don't think we have Firmino long enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I wish he could be here longer.
7-8 years, weren't he?
Yeah. He was all the club years, wasn't it?
Signed in 2015 with Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's right. Through most of the club years.
7 years, long enough.
Yeah, but
we saw the best of him, didn't we?
Yeah, but Klopp wanted to give him another contract, and the owners wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Well, Klopp tried to sign him for Dortmund, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, but I'll tell you, he was such a class act, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Great. When he left, what a welcome he got. What a goodbye he got by the Kop when he left. I've seen a bit of that on YouTube the other day. It's in tears watching it, you know.
IBR, this is a horrible question. He was the greatest player for us. Peter Beardsley, Bobby Firmino, or John Toshack?
Firmino.
I know what.
Yeah, Firmino. Yeah, I'd say Firmino.
Would you say Firmino?
Oh,
I would.
Firmino.
Beasley was fantastic. He was a great player, Beasley. He really was,
Well,
Firmino
as
could,
I said, Beardsley,
Firmino could do everything that they could do.
Yeah.
Oh,
John Tosha was just a classic striker, big, tall striker with a good in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. Firmino was a magician, says Barry.
He was. He scored the no look goals when he didn't look.
yeah.
Put it in the net. He's looking at the cop and putting the ball in the net. Fantastic.
Earlier thought Bruno Cheru was going to be the next Zidane.
Yeah.
You know that.
Him and Pongo Waring. Pongo, what's his name?
Mongolian Letalik.
Pongo, yeah. And let's,
He went through that French phase, didn't he, Julia? Bringing all French players in.
yeah. I think, when you talk about Bob players, someone said, what about that Nagog? He was shocking him. Nagog. They're the players we had playing for us. Nagog.
Who was a lad with a Russian name? Ivor.
Kostas.
No.
Cosme. Is
No.
that Cosme to me?
No, the big tall guy. The cop used to shout his name. He had the odd brilliant game, but most of the time he was a bit ordinary.
Eric Meyer.
Igor. It was Igor.
Biscan.
Croatian.
The biscuit man. You think he just got up out of bed?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
I remember he scores. He get cracking goal.
Igor Biscan, yeah.
Cracking goal against Fulham.
Yeah.
And you think they all ran over to him and he was like, I think he just woke up.
Igor.
Shocking player. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Igor, lads, but you were fucking shocking ends off.
Another
Robbie Fowler.
Who was that, Dean?
Another Houllier signing that as well.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the odd good game, but most of them are rubbish.
We're getting bad questions here. Would you have had a prime Robbie Fowler or a prime Fernando Torres?
But Fowler scored more goals than Torres, didn't he? Why did they call him God? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was fantastic, Fowler. He scored 4 in his debut, didn't he? 4 or 5 on his debut at Fulham.
Yeah.
And he's very good. You can't choose, can you? These are great players. They're great players, both of them.
You can't choose.
Yeah.
I always remember my mate James Allen was going up the game and he said to me, we always walk from where we lived, Jerry Gardens, always walked up. And he said, don't like this Rushy fella, I said, why? He said, who is he? I said, I don't know. Because he just signed, didn't he? And we were playing full and he scored 4. I said, so who comes coming out? I said, what do you think of him now? And he went, he's all right.
Do you remember he went down on the line as if he was sniffing the line?
I think he scored 5 today. I don't know. 4 or 5 he scored.
Yeah.
He
scored on his debut in the first leg and then he scored 5 on the second.
5 at time. He's still only about 20, wasn't he, at the time?
18.
18 was it?
Yeah. 18, yeah.
Phenomenal player, phenomenal striker. See, again, like all strikers, he made it look easy. He stroke it into the net past the goalkeeper. Not like Nunes, who just hits everything wildly, sadly.
Yeah.
Brian keeps sending us messages from bed. I think Staunton came from Dundalk. His nickname was Stan.
Yeah, after Stan Laurel. That's right, yeah.
Stan Staunton. And Christopher says, IBR, all brilliant, but Beardo for me.
He was brilliant, Beardsley.
Yeah, he was Beardsley. He's a naff like him. How privileged are we to be able to throw all these quality players' names around as signings? Just shows you the calibre of this club we follow.
Yes.
I think it has to be managers who make players as well.
Of course. You see that with Klopp.
The biggest one who missed out was Michael Loud. Oh, yeah, I wanted him badly. Michael Laudrup.
Two brothers, weren't they?
Yeah, Brian played for Rangers, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was quite a big star up there. Yeah, the Jers.
Oh, if you'd got that Michael Laudrup at the time. Steve Nicol, I always thought he was a cracking signing too.
Yeah, yeah, he was, Stevie.
And we missed, excuse me, we missed out on Ronaldo, Danny Alves, David Beer, yes we did, and Damien Duff. We did miss out on all them.
He was a good winger, Damien Duff, in his prime.
We could have had Ronaldo. Ronaldo was a Liverpool fan. And do you know what? It was Uli said.
Phil Thompson.
Is that the Brazilian Ronaldo?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was Ronaldo who played. You know, Ronaldo, fucking hell.
I didn't know he was a Liverpool fan, Frank.
Cristiano, yeah, when he was a kid, yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo was a Liverpool fan.
I knew that.
And we could have signed him. And Uli had turned around. So we don't need him. We've got our own Zidane here. We go, well, who the fuck's that then?
Phil Thompson said he wasn't good enough, Frank.
No, but even the other, and we said Danny Murphy was the Zidane of Liverpool. We don't need him.
Phil Thompson said he's a show pony.
And that
I believe it. Quite believe it. And that Damien Duff, that Irish lad, was absolutely amazing. And Danny Alves and David Villa.
Oh, they were all great players, all that.
That was down to Hicks and Gillette, that though, weren't it?
What?
Why we never got Villa and Alves because of Hicks and Gillette.
Yeah, it was a different era then, them two. God. They nearly bankrupted the club.
That's what I mean about, you know, people criticised the other fella, didn't he? What's his name?
Moores.
Yeah, David Moores. David Moores put everything into Liverpool. He built the Annie Road stand. He built made the Kenny's Dalglish stand, and he built the cup and bought players. And he said, I can't afford it. Because Chelsea were, you know, with Abramovich, he was bringing in, so they can't afford it.
Yeah, I agree. Died of a broken heart.
Yeah.
He's real shame.
He said, didn't he, I made the biggest mistake of my life by Hicks and Gillette.
Them two cowboys.
Lads have got to finish.
Yeah, it's cocoa time, Frankie.
Early cocoa for me. It's just been absolutely wonderful.
Dean doesn't need cocoa at his age. You got another 40, 50 years.
Are you going to match? Do you want to come on tomorrow night?
Say again, mate, sorry.
Post-match.
Yeah. What about it?
You're all right? Tomorrow?
Yeah, Dean can come on. He's young enough. I couldn't come on. It's too late for me.
Yeah, I'll come on tomorrow after the game, yeah.
Right. See you tomorrow night then.
Sound.
Brilliant, Dean.
Don't shout at our friends.
I might tune in. We'll go to sleep.
Georgie, thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow, Frank. Thursday, sorry. See you Thursday.
See me Thursday, yeah. Be good to see you, you know that.
This is Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah.
And I hope you meet Francine as well.
Yeah, give her my love anyway, yeah. Lovely to see you, Dean. Give my regards to
and you, George.
Lovely little girls of yours, you know. And here's hoping again, boys. Big results tomorrow. Up the Reds.
And don't forget, thanks a lot. Listen, all you chat for joining George, the great George, and Dino with me. And let's hope we do the honours tomorrow night. So we'll see Dino tomorrow night, see myself, and see Francine. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sam, mate. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, See you tomorrow, all you wonderful Reds out there. Cheers, boys.